All right, that sounds good, bye-bye. Make sure we all come in. Hit the like button as we come in. Make sure we all hit the like button as we come in. All right, we will get it going. We'll start up there. We got a lot to watch, and then I got something I got to do too.
And go, because it had to be that fast.
Then,
for example, in Vegas, we had a tabling that morning. It was with Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, and Charlie and Tulsi were there, and we had the Trump rally in Vegas later that day. So Terrell's at the arena getting everything kind of set up, presetting things. He may have popped over to campus to grab a couple things and came back. So he was there, but it was very rare, and it was only in specific events where he was there. And so to have him there for like a normal tabling felt very strange.
The last one that I saw that Terrell actually stood and actually was part of, like, right there, was back when Charlie didn't have integrity security solutions.
It was a very, back when they were very,
with Schaefer Group. And so that was like in 21 or something like that.
If you were locked up at any Illinois juvenile detention center, such as Cook County, the Audie Home,
or something like that. So there was a lot of anomalies that day. Did you answer your opinion on the mic thing, or
the mic thing? I don't know. I'm still working through a lot of that because I know a lot of these people personally, and so for me, it's one of those things that challenges. It breaks my brain in many ways. I've seen some videos that again, I'm not going to deny what my eyes are showing me that don't really add up, right? And I have questions. I don't necessarily believe anything one way or another because the implications of that would kind of be heartbreaking and earth-shattering for me in many ways. But again, anything's possible, and I'm not ruling anything out either. I'm kind of remaining focused on what's happening at a deeper philosophical level for our nation, and I don't want to get distracted by things like that because I feel like that's how those things are kind of being used to a certain degree. At the same time, though, I think we've learned a lot of truth from those kind of theories, and so I'm not saying to not pursue them either. I just think that, like, pick your fight and engage in it, I guess, and don't get distracted.
Well, and like finding the how is important, but also right now we may never know, like, for verbatim, like, the how. And I think also, like with JFK, there's probably multiple hows. They probably were going to make sure that he never walked out of there alive, and that there was probably a contingency for contingency for contingency. But really focusing on the who and the why, like Mitch was talking about earlier, I think is going to be is really important.
Yeah, and again, it's like I for anyone who wants to label me like trying to destroy Charlie's legacy, I'm not.
No.
I'm using the same questions Charlie asked about JFK to approach his own assassination, and I think that if it was anyone else in the chair, whether it was Candace Owens or even Ben Shapiro, like they would be asking the same questions. Who benefited the most? Charlie himself would be tracing the fringe theories. He would not be trusting the state. He would not be trusting the evidence, especially the evidence that up until this point is very questionable, especially in the age of AI, where they can fake videos, they can fake photos. Again, this is a litmus test on multiple levels, and they're testing, how much they can get away with, in my opinion.
Yeah. I just want to say this, you guys. So, like, Mitch fired from Maricopa County for speaking out about the truth about Charlie Kirk. He's been going max online ever since, okay? He didn't do this for money. He's not doing this for recognition. And we have 4,000 people here. We could get his YouTube channel, like, almost monetized in this moment. Just if everyone goes over and clicks the subscribe button, we can help get him on his way to being able to doing this on a regular basis. And so I just wanted to make it to where everyone saw the spelling of it. So it's at ARTIFEX and then capital MEMOR. All right. And this is what it looks like. All right, you guys. And that's just a surefire way to help support him. You just click the button. All right, here we go. We got Kim, another listener from Vandalia. Ohio here. Is that, how do you say that? Vandalia? Ohio. Last night we were stuck inside the smoke. Tonight the power is out from the storms. Love your show. Oh, I'm glad that you have something to watch. I'm way up in northern Idaho. I don't know how people are. There's a lot of fires in Canada right now. Like this whole thing, it looked like the apocalypse yesterday. Like you couldn't go outside with all the fires in Canada right now. All right, we got Valentine Bilby. I'm so bad at reading people's freaking names, you guys. What a joy to meet this articulate, lovely young man with a truly good heart. No other past, present toilet paper is this intelligent and good other than CK, obviously. That's a really good one, man.
Thank you.
That's such a good compliment. Jim Carrey, if everyone subscribes, he will have 3,000 subscribers. Actually, he'll have 4,100.
Bro, even if half of you guys subscribed, I would be at like 2K. That would be kind of sick.
Yeah, it would be really cool. Right now, he's at, let me hit refresh. Right now, he's at 265. So it's climbing. So let's get him there, you guys. All right, next. And I want to be respectful of your time. I know we're almost at that 15-minute mark. Christ, King indeed. When did the Zionist pastors start to creep in? After 2018.
It was right around the Stop the Steal post 2020, and that's kind of the moment in my mind I go back to 2020, 2021. It's where I actually stepped out of the Charlie Kirk show as an intern, and then they brought in Mikey McCoy to kind of start supporting Charlie's day to day, and that was right when Rob McCoy got in the picture. And the story that I've been told is that Charlie needed someone. Charlie was already meeting with Rob McCoy. Charlie needed someone to take him to the airport. Mikey did it, and it was kind of on that drive that Charlie and Mikey talked, and Mikey and Charlie kind of just, became friends, started working together. That's kind of what kicked it all off. That's the story I was told and heard. I don't know the legitimacy of it. Could be complete. I don't know. There were a lot of stories in Turning Point that may or may not be true.
Because we didn't hear him from Charlie. We've heard him from them. We've heard him from Erica. You know, we don't. Yeah.
Yeah, and we can talk again. I'll give you kind of my story on that, and we can, again, break it down later or not if you want to. I'm happy to come back. I didn't realize it's been 2.5 hours already. Like, this has been great. And I'm happy to come back whenever, and would love to learn, again, how you might be able to just give me some perspective on this.
100%. So it's been 15. I'm going to let you sign off, okay?
All right, brother. I appreciate it. I know this went. We got to come back. We will do this again for sure. But
no, this was great, and I'm gonna continue on tonight, you guys. So please stay on. But if you haven't,
we didn't even get to the video. We got to get to the video.
All right.
We got to do that. We got to at least get through that for a little bit.
All right, cool. All right, let's do that. Then I'll get to the super chats after. So we're gonna listen to this video. This is Charlie Kirk. What was the date on this?
I think it was November 13th, 2023. It was back in November 2023.
So here's the article. Charlie Kirk defends Elon Musk's anti-Semitism. Some of the largest financiers of left-wing anti-white causes have been Jewish Americans. Kirk, it is wrong and repulsive to call a great man, Elon Musk, an anti-Semite. It cheapens the label of anti-Semitism. It is not good for anybody. And then here, the artist formerly known as Eric writes, okay, Jewish communities have been pushing the exact kind of dialectical hatred against whites that they claim to want people to stop using against them. I'm deeply disinterested in giving the tiniest I'll read it, you guys. The tiniest shit now about Western Jewish populations coming to the disturbing realization that those hordes of minorities that support flooding their country don't exactly like them too much. You want truth said to your face. There it is. All right. And then Elon Musk says, you have said the actual truth. And then here we go. We got Charlie. All right.
Across the country, honored to be with you. You can email us as always, freedom@charliekirk.com, and subscribe to our podcast. Excellent event last evening in Reno, Nevada. It's great to see so many of you. I cannot emphasize enough the win for liberty, the win for humanity, that the liberation of Twitter is meant for all of us. It's remarkable. Liberating Twitter from what it once was to what it is now is a win for the narrative. It's a win for truth. It's a win. We try to fight back against this uniparty regime, the tyrants, and the authoritarian dictators that are running the country. Elon Musk, even if they shut down Twitter today, will go down as a major hero for allowing us to be able to speak, to question narratives, to get the truth out.
This might be the only delivery service that actually feels chef-made, because it is. This is Cook Unity, and if you're someone that enjoys delicious food...
Major hero for allowing us to be able to speak, to question narratives, to get the truth out. Elon Musk got himself in a little bit of trouble yesterday. Elon Musk responded to a tweet that I actually don't think the tweet is that smart. I think one part of it is legit, but I think another part of it is not so great.
All right, bye.
The essence of what Elon was responding to is a major thought crime in America. That the world's wealthiest man would comment on this is historic. So here's the tweet, and it's responding to a video, and the video was basically a white father with his white son saying to his son, hey, you think that, you're posting online all this anti-Semitic stuff. Why don't you go and say this to these Jewish families' face? Pretty powerful advertisement. This is the ad, okay? It's about a minute long. It's a powerful ad. And then a person on Twitter responded to this advertisement, and then Elon responded to the person responding to the advertisement. It's important. Bear with us, because right now Elon Musk is being targeted like never before. Elon Musk was supposed to speak at a summit today, and he has been canceled. They don't want to hear from Elon Musk because they are tarring and feathering him as an anti-Semite. Come after this program, calling us anti-Semites. They're coming after Elon Musk for they're calling him an anti-Semite. So here's the advertisement. It's a powerful ad. Play cut 79.
I saw what you've been posting. Hitler was right. I didn't teach you that. You hide behind your screen, spewing all this hatred and ugliness. You got something you want to say? Get out of the truck and say it to their faces.
We got to pump those numbers up.
Yeah, and I just want to point out right here, it says this is paid for by the Foundation to Combat Anti-Semitism. It's now known as the Blue Square Alliance Against Hate, and it was created by Robert Kraft, the owner of the New England Patriots. All right, I'm going to keep playing because he's going to go on.
Okay, so that advertisement then was responded to by this person, the artist formerly known as Eric. Quote, okay, Jewish communities have been pushing the exact kind of dialectical hatred against whites that they claim to want people to stop using against them. I am deeply disinterested in giving the tiniest swear word, let's just say tiniest crap, now about Western Jewish populations, coming to the disturbing realization that those hordes of minorities that support flooding their country don't exactly like them too much. You want truth said to your face? There it is. Now, let me just say, this is not a very well-written tweet. I said it's very confusing. I'll go through what they're basically saying here. Half of this tweet is true, half of it I don't like. You want the truth said to your face? There it is. Elon responds, and he says, you have said the actual truth. Now, we don't know what part Elon is saying is the actual truth. So let's go through this. Again, it's double negatives and misuse of the word disinterested. It's a strange tweet that Elon pinpointed on here. But the first part is absolutely true. Let's go to this. Jewish communities have been pushing the exact kind of hatred against whites that they claim to want people to stop using against them. Now, I don't like generalizations. Not every Jewish person believes that. But it is true the Anti-Defamation League was part and parcel with Black Lives Matter. It is true that some of the largest financiers of left-wing anti-white causes have been Jewish Americans. They went all in on woke, and it wasn't just ADL. It was some of the top Jewish organizations in the country that have done that. In fact, we have seen this with the recent retreat of Jewish donations that are no longer going to be administered to colleges, right? Mark Rowan, Leon Kopperman. Can we get that full list? It's very powerful. The part of the, so that's totally true. And by the way, Tucker Carlson reinforces this. So I'm going to it was quite a day on the internet. Tucker Carlson was interviewing Candace Owens. We have Candace Owens coming up next hour. And Tucker Carlson mentions that Jewish Americans have primarily been financing cultural Marxist ideas. We said this, by the way, last week, and people came after us. We actually said it in a different way. We said, I'm glad that Jewish Americans are reconsidering their financing of cultural Marxism. And people misunderstood it intentionally and slandered us as being anti-Semites. But listen to this. Tucker Carlson is completely correct by saying this, that the philosophical foundation of anti-whiteness has been largely financed by Jewish donors in the country. Play cut 92.
However, then I thought, well, wait a second. If the biggest donors at, say, Harvard have decided, well, we're going to shut it down now, where were you the last 10 years when they were calling for white genocide? You were allowing this. And then I found myself really hating those people, actually. That you're okay with that? On what grounds were you okay with that?
And this is what I've been trying to explain to the pro-Israel lobby, that what you are seeing as lack of support is people that are asking the question is, where were you as we have endured all of this?
You were paying for it, actually.
Right.
You were paying for it.
You were paying for it.
You were calling my children immoral for their skin color. You paid for that.
And
so why shouldn't I be mad at you? I don't understand.
So what Tucker is saying is similar to part of the tweet that Elon isolated. That is true. That just say liberals, but that includes Jewish financiers of liberal causes, didn't really care about University of Chicago having courses that saying, you know, the problem with whiteness. They didn't really care about American Express saying that we must eliminate whiteness. They didn't, in fact, they were supportive of it. A lot of liberals were okay with critical race theory, diversity, equity, inclusion. ADL went all in on the BLM type narrative. And ADL is one of many different organizations that were perfectly fine with the growing anti-white wave. Now, to be clear, many of these Jews did not fully understand what they were financing. Their intentions were probably pretty good. As we've said, intentions mean next to nothing here. And I'm sure some of the intentions weren't so good, but let's just intentions aside. I'm not that interested in intentions. I'm interested in actions, okay? Intentions are very hard to pinpoint. We get too caught up in the conservative movement on intentions. I learned this from the great Dennis Prager. He says, stop focusing on intentions, focus on the actions. It's a much better way to judge whether or not something is right or wrong. Intentions, as I've said before, and there's a video that went viral, the Nazis thought they were doing good. They convinced themselves that they were doing good, when in reality they were doing some of the greatest evil in the history of the species. Oh, and again, Hamas thinks they're doing good. I could go through all this, but they're doing evil. So I'm not convinced that somebody's intentions are what matter. Many Jewish financiers culturally given money to George Washington University, Columbia, Yale, Dartmouth, over and over and over again, hundreds of millions of dollars, financing many nonprofits, that many of them are now recognizing and realizing this was a bad idea. So I'm going to build this out because the second part of the tweet I don't like, and it ties into some news that is not so good for AOC. It's not good for Ayanna Pressley. I'm going to isolate that in just a second. But let me just say before I talk about My Patriot Supply, it is sloppy, it is shallow, it is wrong and repulsive to call a great man, Elon Musk, an anti-Semite. It cheapens the label of anti-Semitism. It is not good for anybody.
And that was it. All right, let me pull it off.
Yeah, I think that's the clip that they don't want you to remember. I think that's the moment in time that everybody on Twitter who right now is telling you to trust the government, to not question things, to not ask why, that's the moment they want you to forget. I've been trying to find that clip for a while. We
found it right before we went live.
I don't think you guys realize how impactful this was before we went live. I'm glad we're kind of ending on this. At least we can go for another 15. We'll cut it at 3 for me.
Yeah.
This is what I feel like people are missing. And I put out a tweet the other day that amplifies this a little bit. And it said, first they came for Candace Owens and I did nothing. Then they came for Tucker and I did nothing. And they came for Joe Kent and I did nothing. And it wasn't until I spoke out publicly and got blocked by Tyler Boyer, who I've known for 13 years, that I realized this, they're going to come for you too. Yeah, I forget how I said it. Go find it. But playing off, the rhetoric that was used back then, as Charlie indicated, many people can convince themselves that what they are doing is right, is just, is in line with God, when in reality they are advocating for evil. And I think that's what we are in the middle of. I think it is very deceptive. I think that what we have seen from
Grainger offers over 1 million high-quality products, from motors and belts to switches and sensors, helping maintenance engineers keep production lines moving. Call, click, or stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
From the Israel lobby, the Jewish community, however
So. How many of y'all are actually paying attention? Who's actually here paying attention? It looks like we only have 3 here watching. 3 are watching. And some people are coming complaining. I know Cheryl, like I told you before. I know that you're back there. I know there's a lot of y'all back there watching. There's nothing wrong to have your own personal opinion. Come on here and watch with us. Come on and talk with us. You have all the courage, to come afterwards. After when the live stream is done, you come on and talk all your stuff. But this is your chance now. Come in here and talk with us. Share bell. Everybody who out there's watching. Because I know there's who back there watching. I know they are. There's 3 y'all here. And I know you're watching. Now it's 4. All watching. But the minute I end the live stream, y'all want to come out of underneath the hide behind this little screen, say a little words, because I think I won't respond. But I will. But I'd like to know, what do you guys all think? Tell me. I'll just shoot you. What do you guys all think about what this is going on here? What do you guys all hear? We have another video right afterwards. So if you don't like it, you go up and leave. You don't want to complain about re-streaming. But tell me, what do y'all think? What do y'all think about what this young man is saying? Are we gonna open our eyes up, our ears, and start listening and hear things out? Or are we all gonna stick on one side? Because our own administration actually is fighting us. That's what's come down to. I don't understand how you people cannot sit here and say that you're okay with this stuff. Why would you guys not want to have justice? I thought that's what we want. I thought we all want justice. Well, let's demand. We want justice. We want to see people get arrested, man. It's time. It's past due. It is clearly past due. The whole thing is, what you're going to come down to, if Turning Point U.S.A. has nothing to hide, and they're 100% positive that it was Tarzan Robinson who did a shooting, then why are they hiding? Why are they hiding the videos? Shows the American people the videos. That is the problem that I have these days. That is exactly what I've been. My thing is, I don't believe it's him. I don't. But I believe that, I think it's time. What the man was saying yesterday's live stream I was watching, the one I did yesterday, it's time. It's past due. It is past due. It's time for us to get all this information out there. If Turning Point U.S.A. has nothing to hide, it's time to show the American view. Let us all see what's going on here. That is my problem I have these days. So come on, people, start talking. Let's have a conversation regarding about what the young man is saying. The young man what people are saying regarding what's going on here. I mean, there's a lot of documentation out there. But the thing is, you have to be willing to open your eyes up and not just pick one side. You know, like I said before, I mean, yeah, I was a MAGA supporter, and I still will be a MAGA supporter, but I don't support what's going on these days. I don't like what I see. I feel like we've been, basically, my personal opinion, I feel like we have been betrayed here. We have been betrayed and we have been lied to. And I don't like that. So, if President Trump, like I said before, if President Trump want me to continue going on and being supported for MAGA, well, we need to start seeing, well, not just me, I think anybody who is a freaking MAGA supporter should ask the same thing. It shouldn't just be me. I mean, clearly we need to start seeing justice. We need to start seeing people being arrested. There's no reason for gas prices being as high as this. There's no reason. I don't care what side party you're on. There's no reason for it. And it doesn't, we don't need to be lied to. We had the other administration lied to us. And right now, I feel like this administration is doing the same thing to us. We're being lied to. And I don't like it. I truly don't like what's going on here. So, what do you guys think? I mean, what do you guys think about this the video, this live? We watch it now and going, this is the third one. We'll be done with this one here today. So we got another one afterwards. But more stuff to watch. So, I know, Cheryl, I know you're behind there. I know you're watching. Come on here, talk to us. Don't wait till the live stream ends and say something. Don't be a coward. So no one is going to respond. Well, then we'll just go back and rewatch the video. Not even the mod. No one's going to respond. No one. Well, I know they're back there watching. Somebody's watching. But they cowards. They can't talk.
Himself labeled it again. I'm not using these labels because, again, Charlie said it all first. So whatever you want to label me, you are inadvertently labeling Charlie. I'm not saying anything that he didn't say. And so, I think what's most interesting here is we look at how, as Charlie indicated, they've pushed this anti-white rhetoric. They've pushed all this kind of stuff, right? But on the same time, they're also funding the same causes that work to, they're very heavily influenced in conservatism as well. So they're playing both sides to end up on top, to funnel us down into what end. Again, I don't care about the means as much as I care about the end. And that's what I'm going to be writing about in my book. I think that it traces back to the reconstruction of Germany, the foundation of the nation state of Israel, the idea of never again, the idea of denying humanity the truth that we all know existed, that was rewritten in the wake of World War II. Yep. And it's up to us to get to the bottom of it. And we will eventually. I think it's just going to take time. And people such as Candace Owens and myself and Tucker Carlson and yourself even, just continuing to add this pressure and speaking truth to power again. I didn't want to be here. I want to emphasize that again. I'm not doing this because I want to be famous. I don't enjoy this. It's uncomfortable for me. But I'm doing it because it's where I feel like God is I feel like he's had me in all the right places for this moment, oddly enough. And at this point, I'm not going to do what I want to do, which is, run and hide. I'm just going to trust what God is putting on my heart. And that is to speak up and hold people accountable for falsehoods and blatant dishonesty when they themselves are the ones claiming to be Christian and stand for Christ. I can't let it happen anymore. But that clip, guys, I want you to just please share that far and wide. Send it to your family, send it to your friends, put it in every tweet that these liars put out, because we know now that this is the reason. We know that this is why it discredits every statement that these people put out going forward until Elon Musk and everyone else addresses this. You're all invalid, discredited. I'm sorry. And they were already discredited when they lied to the public and amplified that. But this just further emphasizes it. They are working to disinform you intentionally, to keep you away from this issue, and it's why not a single one of them has responded to me, because they know once they do, they're going to open up a can of worms that they can't close. Just like with Charlie. He was on every campus. He knew that this Israel issue, the cat's out of the bag. You're not going to put it back in without force. And that's the thing. People think that we can still change things in this country just by talking about them. I think Charlie kind of proved that is over, and they're now trying to force things, right? It's going to, it will come to a boiling point eventually. It's a matter of what and when and what it will take for people to recognize that this is where we're at until it's too late. We might get to that point where we lose the opportunity to. I don't know, right? I don't know what that moment is. We have to pray and reflect and work together to think about those things and recognize the implications of a lot of that too. And you know, it's not easy. It's very complex. It's not going to be pretty, but you know, it's a part of it that I feel like people don't want to talk about, and that's what makes this whole moment so deceptive, so important, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, I think that so much hinges on this moment. The future of their ability to control us is kind of like there's so much riding on this moment. It seems they've put so much into this moment that it's like tied to something down the line, and it's so much bigger than we probably even realize. And I don't know if you guys know that, like, these Zionists, they were breeding special cows in Texas, red heifers, and they've already shipped them to Israel so that when some accidental stray missile blows up the Dome of the Rock and they can rebuild the third temple, which they need to do for their Messiah, but we already know their Messiah is actually our Messiah. He already came. And so they're going to use these heifers to consecrate and to cleanse the Temple Mount so they could rebuild the third temple. And I don't know how some of these Christians like support that. It's just like, I don't.
Well, and the funny thing is you noticing that they'll try and label you an anti-Semite for just for just witnessing something happen and commenting on it. Again, that is it's a kind of laughable example of it, but it gets down to the root of where this ends, right? People start with things as silly as labeling but then it's going to get as serious as criticizing your government, and who they make deals with will land you in prison or dead. It will, because that's how fascist dictatorships work. That's what Charlie said in that clip himself, right? I'm not saying anything the man himself would say. The problem is the people that he put in power, that he trusted to uproot the tyrants, have become the tyrants. It goes back to Trump's thing where he said, I was once the hunted, I am now the hunter, right? Except he's taking that a little bit too far, I feel like, and not hunting the things that we all elected him to hunt, which is the deep state and illegal immigrants and fixing this country for us. He's I don't know, Israel's hitman, and it's just Bibi's personal assassin. I don't know, like the whole thing. It's so transparently obvious to me that the people now who are backing the Fed slop argument, you guys are all enemies of the state, and this fake political war that you've put in front of us, we are aware of the spiritual implications of it. And when we do take this country back, God willing, Christ on our side, you guys love touching the wall so much, we're going to make you face it. Like, I promise you that much. Like, I do. Like, I do. Trust me. Because that's what they want to do to us. And it's just, it's right. And again, they love to touch the well so much. Let's see how much they actually do.
We're not going to put any grass outside for you either, because Erica loves to say, and so does Andrew, that everyone needs to go touch grass. We'll just make it's all concrete for you guys.
It's going to be nice marble stone. The red will flow. It's going to be great. I can't wait.
Heather has issues. God bless you both, Mitch and Matt. I'm in awe of your bravery.
I'm going to pause that for a second.
Thank you, Heather. Awesome.
Before we keep going, because the only thing is, you know, how we did actually, I want to bring, I think you guys all may pay attention, because if y'all remember that when President Trump was speaking, and I'm trying to remember exactly when it was, exactly what month was, but if y'all remember, President Trump spoke very clear to the American people, and how that we were going to start getting, because with all that keyword Doge, has found that we were going to get our basically a refund, basically get money back on our taxes. That we're supposed to get all that back, and if y'all remember, we didn't get nothing. Still today, we have got $0. That is the problem I have. We keep, I know that he gave money to the military, and I support that 100%. They do deserve that. But President Trump did say to us that he was going to give us money back. and he never did. I mean, I 100% I do stand behind President Trump. He did give it to the military, but he did say that he was before the military. I'm trying to remember exactly when exactly he said it. I mean, I know he did. It's not me hearing voices or me hearing things. It actually came out of the horse's mouth. He said he was going to give us, because Doge has found all the fraud. That's what I'm telling you. You guys need to start doing research, okay? If you don't remember it or didn't hear it, do your research. Okay? President Trump did say it, because when he came out, he said because of the fact that Doge, basically Elon Musk and it was Elon Musk and Big Balls was there, they found a lot of fraud. Because of that, they're gonna be refunded. Okay? That's what's happened. It's not, I mean, I know what I heard. Now the thing is, we have not got nothing. $0. And the thing is, if y'all remember, many times I kept going back and forth about, how that, I'll put it like this, how the libtards, yes, I call it libtards, yes, that I kept saying that you guys love your government control. Well, guess what? Right now, we are being, basically, well, a lot of you other people are being, love the government control. You guys are loving the government control right now, the same way. You're loving being controlled. You're letting people control you guys. Why is that, how come you guys can't open your eyes up? Open your eyes, open your ears up, and actually see what's really going on here. There's nothing wrong looking at things and seeing what's going on here. Maybe when you open your eyes up, open your ears up, maybe you'll see what's going on here, and maybe like, oh, maybe, hey, this whole time, my own freaking administration, the people I've voted for, are not doing exactly what's being done. Yes, I am being distracted. But you know what? No one wants to do it. Everybody wants to deny. No, there's no way. It's all bullshit. No, it's not. It's the truth, people. But it's up to you guys to wake up. It's seriously... It's... Seriously. People need to wake up. We need to wake up. We need to start seeing what's really going on here. And it's time for people to seriously open their eyes up. I mean, I know that. Yes, I was. I mean, I'm not saying I wasn't. I am. Still, I still support MAGA, but I always want to make America great again. But the thing is, right now, we're not really making America great again. We're actually making America worse again. That's what's happening right now. And that is my problem these days. We are making America worse again. We're not really making it great. And we need to seriously start waking up here. So, I don't know. You guys, people need to start talking. And I don't know what the... You guys are all afraid to speak your mind. You're afraid of... If you speak your mind, that you're going to hurt the family's feelings. Or you're going to... The family won't talk to her. I truly don't, I spoke up from day one. And you know what? I have never been nobody's family. I don't care. I never been. But of course, they're just keep going on, and I know they're mad at me for speaking mine. They were told, I was told, why you out there basically putting your dirty laundry out there? That's not dirty laundry. It's just, it's a fact. That's what's going on. And then I'm not going to hold back on it. But how can you guys sit there and say you guys all hate government control, but you're letting the government control you guys down? The thing is, if President Trump actually went out there right now and started speaking and say, you know what, let's look into this stuff. Let's actually look into what Ken Nelson's saying, Tucker Carter's saying, even Sean Ryan, all the people talking stuff. Let's actually look into it. I think that, if Trump would do that right now, and actually said he was going to do it, a lot of you people will be like, okay, President Trump, you're right. you guys will actually go. Then maybe you guys might start putting your damn head up. Maybe you guys are like, oh, maybe Trump is saying something because now you want to, because Trump says it. The thing is, that's government control. You guys are being fucking controlled. It's time for you guys seriously to wake up. We need to wake up. Start smelling coffee. It's okay to have to look on both sides. There's nothing wrong with it. You hear, the man is speaking. He's a young fucking man. You have a lot of people are coming out there, and you guys really should be looking at the thing. There's the same thing like we just seen, 2 days ago exactly. It was exactly 2 days ago. Or was it 2 days ago? The one where the freaking Erica refused to go into the place where her husband was dead. Refused to go in there. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, sorry, but you know what? If my lady was in there and she was been shot, she's basically dead, I'm gonna go in there. Come on. She couldn't do that. That was Charlie Kirk. That was in the casket. That's not really Charlie Kirk. That was not him. That was a funny fucking hand. That's not him. The skin tone. Come on, people. What is it? What do I have to get you guys to see? Open your eyes up. But you know what? Let's go back and finish watching, because we're almost done here. Because I want to get the next thing. Because no one's really asking questions. Everybody's sitting behind the screen. They're holding their own thoughts in their head. Because they don't have to talk. Communication, people. So let's just get back and rewatch it. Because I could talk all damn night. You guys don't want to talk.
Matt, love your show. Hugs, Patricia. Thank you, Patricia. We got Artifacts Memoir is his YouTube channel, guys. Yes, it is. Thank you for putting that there. And then we got Jay Roller. Matt, I love your show and listen to it regularly. Just a suggestion, when you have guests on, add their name next to yours on the bottom of the screen. Great guest, by the way, and great job. Well, I'll have to tell my brother-in-law to do that, actually, because...
Get a little lower third working.
Well, I have the lower third. Here it is, but this is... If you
want to get an adjustable one, you can change based on the...
Yeah, we got to where we could add it in last minute. That's a good suggestion. Thank you. And then we got, Renita, I know you didn't want to be here, and this was not your plan. This is clearly God's plan, and God always provides for those who truly serve Christ. This is a spiritual war and a Christ revolution. 100% agree.
I couldn't agree more.
And then we got Ray Marie. Go watch John Aaron Bray work on the explosion mic, and he says that there was a gunshot to trigger the explosion by the frequency sound passing the tent. Yes, John Bray's been on this show like 4 times.
No, for sure, and I'm sure that stuff exists. And again, I love the work that people have been doing there. I'm not trying to sit here and discredit it. My whole thing is like, I don't want to get focused on that. I want to remain focused on the government holding the people accountable, the things that Charlie was doing right before his death, because if not, they're going to lie and deceive the general public, and then by then it'll be too late, right? And so again, keep up the pressure, keep doing that. I'm coming at this from a personal kind of philosophical, historical level that I think a lot of people are missing. Yep. And I don't think that either of us are doing wrong. So I respect the work everyone's done. My perspective is different.
Everyone's bringing a different, their own expertise to this, right? And what Mitch is bringing to it is totally different than what John has brought to it, and others that have brought to it in different ways. But we're all going to be contributing to this as a whole, and that's why I think we're all doing different things, right? It's just like we're the body of Christ, but like we're different parts. So together we can take him down, though. That's the thing, right? Mitch, insight on Terrell Farnsworth working for who's TB?
Tyler Boyer.
Okay.
Yeah,
they've known each other since.
The Mormon Mafia is real, and I think it should be investigated, and the Mormon Church operates as a business, and I think that much of their business framework has been applied to Turning Point USA. Yes. It's just my personal belief, personal assumption, and I think that they were friends long before Turning Point.
Yes,
I know that Terrell just so happened to kind of fall into the position, right? Just like I did as a camera guy, a dude who loves media, right? This wasn't like anything that I feel like they, intentionally, conspired for 2 decades to, build. Like, no, I think this was something that just happened over time.
Yeah.
And as we see, people get in over their heads and they make choices one way or another. I don't know any of that. I just know that they go back a ways. They're both Mormon, and that should be considered.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's telling that in Tyler's own admission, he says that when he saw Charlie Kirk, he said, that's a guy I can hitch my wagon to, which is a selfish,
Send me that clip, please. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. I got it. I'll send it.
Oh, that makes my blood boil, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
that means he saw Charlie as a means to an end.
What I've been saying about the intelligence, they saw him as an asset. They saw him as a tool to get us here.
Yep.
So I don't care about the mic as much as I care about how his life was used and who used it and who betrayed him, who lied to me, who lied to Charlie, who lied to all these good-hearted people who were expecting you to act one way when the hour of crisis came, and now we're here and you're not. That's what it comes down to for me.
Yeah, I'm going to send it to you and you're going to blow it up on X. Here we go. We got Christ is king indeed. It's not all the time, but it's every time. I was reading that as it came up on my monitor screen.
You're a good little pattern noticer, you are.
That was a good one. Mystic, thank you for the gifted 10 Blackline Brief memberships. And we have Orion just became a member. And then we have this last one. We're all caught up, and then we can let Mitch go. Protect Mitch at all costs. So much of Charlie's heart comes through in your words. Proud of and praying for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
100%. 100%. And let's check where you're at right now. Let's see. Let me hit refresh. We are at, dude, you're at 441 and climbing. That's so cool, dude.
Wow. Again, I created it last night. I put the profile picture up as we were here. So that's
later. I'm going to send you, I'll download this video.
Cool.
This video is already going to be at like a ridiculous amount. We've had 4,000 people here the whole time. I need to send it to you so that you can start earning those watch hours.
Yeah.
You get watch hours. And I'll send it to you when I'm done. I'll download it and send it to you.
I should go grab my appearance from Stu the other night too and just throw that up. I should just go grab all of them. Just toss them up. Let people listen to them.
He filmed his on Rumble, and you just got to make sure he doesn't have an exclusive agreement with Rumble, which I think
I can still clip it though if I need
yes,
to.
you can.
Yeah,
you can. All right.
Yeah, no, I very much enjoyed this. This was a lot of fun, and I think that the more we do this, the more we're just going to. I don't have a smoking gun, and I hope people aren't waiting for that necessarily, right? I'm not sitting over here kind of gaming this out. There is one thing I'm kind of holding on to, and I'll reveal that when it's right. That's like the only thing. Outside of that, I'm in this for, the reasons I've described up until this point. And I think the more that we just have these kind of conversations openly, honestly, reflect on the past, reflect on the present, compare the two, I think, we'll start to expose these people for who they truly are. And innocent people don't act the way that Blake Neff is acting in Twitter Spaces right now. Yeah. I'm sorry, they don't. He sounds afraid. He sounds scared, and they're slipping up. As Charlie said best, again, I always go back to my friend's words. As Charlie said best with Kyle Rittenhouse, the media machine has showed us its power, but they do have vulnerabilities, and we are seeing those vulnerabilities right now as well. History doesn't change. You just have to look at it and know how to use it. And Christ is king, and we will win. And these demons are using politics to wage a spiritual war. And the more we talk about that openly, hopefully, the more people we will wake up from that. Because I truly feel like we are living in the Matrix right now. And when I saw Candace start Matrix posting, I was like, we're in this, and we're on the right side of it. And I'm happy to be here. And I thank you all for your support. So Matt, please, again, I would love to get a financial thing set up because I am kind of struggling right now, but we'll figure it out. And that would be great. Yeah, please. I do have to run. I'm like an hour late to a birthday party. So I will get out of here, and we will chat more soon. Thank you all very much again for your time. I love you. God bless. And
God bless.
We'll talk soon.
All right. Later, man. All right, you guys. Let me get to the next super chat that came in. I have some things I want to show you. Don't take off, y'all. I still have a good show planned. And me and Mitch are going to do more. We just barely scratched the surface, you guys. If I could show you, I have like so many notes and things that we had prepared. But in a live scenario like this, you also kind of have to just go with the flow and allow everything to happen naturally. At least for me, that's how I run my I don't know, interviews. I'm not really like interviewing, it's kind of just having a conversation in front of everybody. And yes, I have questions that I created and a couple that I know some people sent in, but we'll get to those next time if we didn't get them answered. Also, Matthew Tuzzarone and Mitch and myself are planning a collab live together next week. Hopefully Wednesday. It might be another day, depending on Mitchell's availability. And I'll let you guys know about that because that'll be really good. They both of them around their time within. So for Matthew Tuzzarone, it was Turning Point Action. For Mitchell, it was TPUSA. But both of them, on their own, they didn't know each other while they were in. Okay, they've only come to really get connected on X after the fact through seeing each other's posts on about like, you all need to look into Tyler Boyer. There's a lot of weird stuff. Tyler Boyer needs to be investigated. Have they started to communicate? But getting them together in a show together, I think would be beneficial for one another and for all of us and for the community. So I'm excited for that. I'm sure Charlie is smiling on you. Finally, truth. Yeah. I think that was for Mitchell, right? Probably, Kathy. Thank you for that. All right. Let's see. Hold on. Let me get to what I want to pull up. We already saw that one. We saw the ad. He played the ad during the live, or Charlie played that. What did you guys think about that ad? The one that was in that X post where it's like that father and son. I thought it was extremely manipulative. And yeah, here is.
Hold
on. Or would you like?
Do you see how respectful Charlie was? Other people were booing her, and he wanted her to be able to be heard, for her to feel like she's not going to be heckled and made fun of. He really wanted to debate ideas, not personalities.
I was watching a video earlier.
Next month.
But
I just did his episode, which really hurt me.
I gotta start over again.
And Tyler Andrew Vargas, who was one of the... Thank you for coming back, Sean.
I watch a halfway race.
Love coming back here. So I was thinking about you this morning. You've had this kind of unbelievably weird and varied life. And maybe the weirdest chapter is now unfolding where you somehow wound up a successful podcaster. Probably not something you planned.
Definitely not.
20 years ago. Yeah. What have you learned from it, from this chapter?
What have I learned? Well, I probably only retained 10% of the information that comes through the studio, to be honest with you. Yeah. And everybody expects me to be a resident expert on anything. I can't remember shit. And then I think I know something, and I had dinner with you last night, and I realized I really don't know.
I don't either. Yeah, but, it's the ignorant meeting the ignorant.
But what have I learned? I've learned I never want to involve myself in the U.S. political system or vouch for any man again. I've learned.
Wait, let's just stop there. So you didn't start out a hyper-political person. I remember when your podcast started, my nephew told me about it. He loved it. That's how I met you, because my nephew was so impressed by you. And it was mostly on kind of military issues. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then there was this period where you, I don't know, got involved, but you got closer to the political process. And now you're saying you don't want anything to do with that.
No, I never. I just don't.
Why?
I mean, I think we kind of discussed it last time. Everything is a lie. That became like a coined term, I guess. But everything is a lie. I mean, every politician I've sat across from, with maybe the exception of Eli Crane, who I disagree with on a lot of.
Yeah.
I hate that I even have to say that. I don't agree with everything they have to say. Why the fuck do we have to say that? I like Eli. He's very, pro-Israel. I'm not, but he can articulate why he is, and whatever. I respect it. At least he's not just regurgitating shit, like most people.
On YouTube.
but everybody else, it's just, it's been a lie. And then the other thing is, which it really shouldn't bother me, but you talk to somebody and then it's like, you how dare you platform that person? And it's like, actually, I probably just did you a favor because he just spent 4 hours lying to me on my podcast that you're going to be able to use for his next political campaign.
Exactly.
Too fucking stupid to figure that out, aren't you? But, but it's, and they do. And I don't know, I put a lot of faith in a lot of these guys and women, that have come on, and really, the only one that really impressed me was Joe Kent, in the long run. Everybody else has just been a wash or a complete disaster. Just a lying piece of shit. What about you?
As we discussed last night at dinner, I'm still trying to figure out what all of this means as someone who campaigned for Trump and told everybody Trump is the option to the uniparty. You got Republicans, Democrats are on the same side, but Trump is not. He's on a different side, maybe even the public side. And then Trump, the last hope, winds up aligning with Chuck Schumer and just joins the uniparty in the most obvious way. At that point, you have to ask yourself, is there a political solution to the problems that we have? And I don't know the answer, but I'm starting to think maybe there isn't. I don't know. I feel as discouraged as you do, though I don't articulate it quite as well and forcefully as you do, but I kind of feel that way. So, but I'm interviewing you, so let me ask you, you're out of politics, so where does that leave you? What matters? What takes its place?
I think, I'm not sure yet. I'm still, we talked last night, I'm kind of going through, I'm going through a crazy spiritual transformation right now. And I think God needs to be highlighted and maybe some good stuff. He can't put faith in man at all. And it's kind of sad to watch everybody scurrying around trying to find the next guy and who's it going to be. And you can already see people just like blindly like putting their faith into another human being. And it's sad and spent a lot of time. I became obsessed with evil, like obsessed with it. And it started with the kid stuff, which I'll probably never stop that. That's just a passion of mine that I can handle it. Like I can handle the subject matter, and I think it's important. And I know, we've done a lot of good there. And by educating parents and kids about what's actually going on. And Roblox, for example, we did an episode on what was going on Roblox, and I think we took like $5 or $6 billion off the cap table in one day or 1 week. And that's good. But so where am I going?
Wait, can you back up? You became obsessed with evil? What is
I think it started, with COVID and the LGBTQ stuff. And I don't really care about, I don't care what adults are doing, but 8-year-old kids, that just really bothered me. Like it still does, really bothers me. And so that's kind of where it started, and then it's just everywhere you look. Everywhere you look is a lie, and the institutions are lying, the politicians are lying, everybody's lying.
Yeah.
People are manufacturing narratives just to create controversies so they can, boost their views. And I don't know who to believe. I don't know what to believe anymore at all. And everything, even here, like what's his name? Steve. He's a reporter here. The Somalia fraud that's going on.
Oh,
here
yeah,
in
Steve
Maine.
Robinson.
Yeah, love that guy.
He's a great man.
But I I don't know. I just became obsessed with like all this shit that's going on in the world, and it's dark, man.
So you felt it
Really
was your
dark.
job to uncover evil.
Yeah, and you know, I say that, oh, I can't be influenced. Like, I don't let advertisers influence me, and I don't let politicians tell me what to do, even though they're calling me trying to, you know, tell me what to do. Don't talk about the land sale in Utah. Don't talk about, actually, this guy really helped me with my campaign. Actually, I don't really give a fuck who helped you with your campaign. But now I lost where I was going with this, but
well, you said you became obsessed with evil, uncovering evil. You focused on evil, and that somehow led to a spiritual transformation.
Yeah. Well, so it never ends is basically what I'm getting. Oh, I was talking about audience, and I was talking about being influenced, and then everywhere you go, people are patting you on the back and patting you on the butt, and, you know, good job, you know, you're doing God's work, you're doing this, and you see the views, and you see the comments, and you see the likes, and you see the reaction videos, and everybody's just praising you, and it gets to you. I didn't realize it was getting to me, but
it's not the criticism that destroys you.
It's
the
praise.
Flattery, that destroys you.
Because you don't know what God wants. You got all these millions of people, you know what I mean, interacting with you, telling you these things everywhere you go, and it gets to you. And you know, I did. You know, we talked last night about I just got back from a Ibogaine 5-MeO experience. Go great. Found hell. Hell. And I don't want to go too.
No, why is it buffering? Sorry about that. I don't know why. It shouldn't be buffering. I don't know why it's doing it. There's no reason to be buffering. Come on, freaking thing. Hold on. I don't know why it's doing it. Because I have a very good connection. I'm using my own data. There's no reason it should be buffering. So let me see what's going on. The whole freaking time. Yeah, because it shows we got connection. So I don't get why it's buffering. Try to connect to the other. Frickin'. Come on. Just annoys me. That's why I stopped doing Restream, because it was dealing with the damn internet. Try to see if we turn this off. Let's go to the other. Yeah, because this is really good stuff there. Well, in the meantime, you know what we could do is we could talk about this here. We can do that. Let's try it different. Well, we could talk about that. What do you guys think so far? What do you guys seen? Let's see. We got connection here, so this should work. Use my other. What other server they have here? Because I don't know why it wasn't buffering early. I mean, I watch it no problem on my phone. I want to buffer. Let's see. Freaking stupid thing. Stupid thing. Okay, right, that's working. We'll go back to the, for some reason that video now wants a button. It wasn't doing it early. I watched this thing.
Make this one 15-second adjustment near your breaker panel tonight and watch what happens to your electric bill.
We didn't, but the first time I really felt it was maybe 3 years ago. I just done my Ryan Montgomery, who's you met, and love that guy. He's one of my best friends. He's going to be my son's godfather.
Wow.
And
listen.
Here next month. But I just did his episode, which really hurt me. And Tyler Andrew Vargas, who was the survivor at Abbey Gate. He was like 24 years old, had his arm blown off, had his leg blown off, has a bag, and I'm like watching this kid like hobble up my stairs with the Afghan withdrawal and the lies that came out about that, and nobody would talk to him. Here's a God thing. So I thought my whole team was like, you need to get this kid. And I'm like, he's got like every major news outlet probably wants to talk to him. Tucker Carlson probably wants to talk to him. Joe Rogan. I'm like, he doesn't want to fucking talk to me. There's no way. And I pinged him on Instagram. He hit me right back.
Yep.
And, a lot of the guests come out. We have breakfast, the day of, or we have dinner the night before. And I'm having breakfast with him and his fiance, and he's like, man, he started crying, and he's like, man, he goes, all these news networks were trying to get me, and he goes, Good Morning America interviewed me for like 7 hours, and they released I can't remember, it was like 5 minutes or 5 seconds. I think it was like 5 seconds of the interview. And he's like, I was there for 7 hours. And he's like, I looked at my fiance, and he goes, I just wish the Sean Ryan guy would just reach out to me. And he pulled up his phone, and sure as shit, there was a message from me. And he broke down right there at the table.
That is wild.
And so me and my wife went to Sedona. We went on this vacation to Sedona, and so I was like, I just found out how bad it is with what's going on with kids online and the sex exploitation and pedophiles and all that kind of stuff. And then like the day after I did that interview was Tyler Andrew Vargas, and then the one friend that I had and where I live at the time, who's like a genuine friend, successful guy, owns some hospitals. He didn't need anything from me. I don't need anything from him. I really enjoy those relationships. I know there's not a fucking hidden ask getting ready to happen, or some kind of agenda or a photo op or whatever it may be. And like just genuine, we can go out to eat, and it's not going to be, hey, do you mind if we just, could you, I got this new, that kind of shit. And it's just genuine friendship. Anyways, he died. And I was like, yeah, he died. He died on a hunting trip. His name's Dan Cirillo. He died on a hunting trip with his son, had a heart attack.
Oh, come on. At what age?
I don't know. He was probably mid to late 50s, if I had to guess. But, I mean, I'm happy.
Get 30 protein sticks for just $36. That's only $1.20 each. Here are 3 reasons why you should try them. Number 1, high quality. Made from 100% grass-fed and grass-finished beef with organic spices like sea salt, black pepper, red pepper, and garlic.
Hold on.
I'm happy for him. If that's...
All right, I need to know, is anybody watching this here? Because it looks like we're going down here. I mean, I'm checking YouTube. It looks fine on YouTube. Are you guys watching? Is anybody here watching? Because if nobody's watching, then... Because I already seen this. I could rewatch the whole thing myself. If nobody's watching, let me know. Because this stuff is very... I watched half this already. This stuff is very important. I watch exactly a total hour of this year. So I need to know in the chat there. Is anybody watching? If you're watching, let me know. If not, then I'll go back and rewatch it by myself. I want you guys to tell me. That's what I need to know. If anybody's watching, so you guys can tell me what do y'all think so far. What do y'all seen? What y'all seen? What do y'all think? Oh boy, nobody wants to talk. No one's going to...
Well, I go on a hunting trip with my son, who's raised and doing great.
I agree.
Then I'll take
as
it.
someone who's 57, though, I'm opposed to the timeline.
Yeah, me too.
Right, yeah.
But so all these things happen, and then and we go to we're in Sedona, and I have a breakdown on the plane. I don't really break down other than lately, and my wife's like, "What the hell is going on with you?" And I start telling her, and then last day, I was like, all right, I'm just going to come off my phone for the week and maybe I'll feel better. And I felt a little bit better. And then I got on my phone and I saw this country music star that I had a lot of respect for at the time. And she's going on about how drag queens should be able to like shit.
Get 30 protein sticks for just $36. That's only $1.20 each. Here are 3 reasons why you should try them.
Shake their ass in front of toddlers. And I was like,
yep.
Man. A couple weeks later, she gets a big show. And anyways, but I see this stuff and I'm like, fuck, man. And so I smoke a joint and tell Katie, we're going on a hike. We're going to go up to this energy vortex. I want to see if I feel something. And joint didn't help. And we get up there. And dude, I went like bananas. Like this is one thing about the psychedelic stuff that I didn't really like where it took me. I was looking for all these other fucking things. I was into like looking at crystals and all this shit. And energy comes out of the crystals, and whatever. And we go up to this fucking vortex, and then I'm like, I don't feel shit.
Could your portfolios work harder?
A lot of good stuff.
Maybe it's time to explore alternative
They're
investments.
not even responding.
You're invited to join Phoenix.
And so we're marching back down, hiking back down, and I'm having like this internal battle in my head. Mm-hmm. And like I'm like maybe I shouldn't be worried about dismembering kids and politicians and schools and athletes and celebrities like pushing, you should be the opposite sex and let's put some hormones in you and let's get you in the hospital. And I'm like, maybe I'm the fucked up one. Nobody else seems to give a shit. Maybe I'm the one maybe it's me. Maybe why are you fighting this shit? And I just it felt like I was like surrendering my soul or my heart to the devil maybe. But there was like this internal battle going on, and I was.
Yes, this is a big box of beef sticks. And if you're wondering why I needed so many, Paleo Valley's running this crazy deal right now.
But there was like this internal battle going on, and I was literally trying to convince myself that I was I'm feeling all this pain because, this is when the MAPS thing started coming out, the minor attracted person. Yeah. Can't call him pedophile. Got to call him a minor attracted person because that's offensive, Tucker. And so I'm like trying to convince myself, like, Sean, this is old school thinking. Maybe you shouldn't be so upset about all this thing.
You're the crazy one.
Yeah. And it's dark. we're staying at a really nice resort down there, and there's a guarded gate, and I pay attention to that shit because my background, SEAL and contracting for CIA, and so I pay attention to that kind of shit. And those guys, that demographic of people love my show, because of all the military guys I've had on it. So they all know me, and I stop and talk to them all.
Hello, my name is Adam Ferrari, the Chief Executive Officer of Phoenix Energy. I look forward to you joining us at our next investor webinar.
Because of all the military guys I've had on it. So they all know me, and I stop and talk to them all. We've been there for a week.
Yeah.
And I get, and this old man comes out of the guard shack. And he's like trying to talk to me, and I'm looking at him over my shoulder, like giving the body language, like, not now, buddy. I don't give a shit what you have to say. I just want to go to my fucking room. And then my wife, stops and talks to him, and I'm like, oh shit. So I turn around and I square up to him, and he looked at me, and he read my mind from front to back. He said, all the shit that's going on with the kids, that's not your fight. And then he kept talking, and I was like really worried about China, and that was when the spy balloon traversed over the U.S., and he brought up something about China, and I
Get 30 protein sticks for just $36. That's only $1.20 each. Here are 3 reasons why you should try them. Number 1, high
spy balloon traversed over the U.S., and he brought up something about China, and I lost it. I was like, the fuck are you in my head? How are you in my head? And so I totally blanked out on the rest of what he said, but I knew it was in. Said like 2 or 3 more things, and then have a good night, and walked back into his guard shack. And I'd never seen this dude. I thought I'd met all the people that worked there, because we're in and out. And we're going back to we're staying in like this bungalow thing, like a duplex. And was this guy, my best friend, died of heroin, but he was always known as a protector. His name was Gabe. He was just a badass. He was a pro hockey player before he joined the SEAL teams. He was an enforcer, and then he joined the SEAL teams, and he's the guy.
Get 30 protein sticks for just $36. That's only $1.20 each. Here are 3 reasons why you should try them. Number 1, high quality. Made from 100% grass-fed and grass-finished beef with organic.
The SEAL teams. He was an enforcer, and then he joined the SEAL teams, and he's the guy. If you're in trouble, Gabe's gonna come whip some ass and get you out of it. And then we contract, and then I met him contracting for the agency, and we became really good friends, and he had the same reputation there. And when we first got there, we'd seen this guy, and he looked identical, he could have been a twin, you could tell them apart, but he could have been an identical twin to Gabe. And I'm in the super vulnerable state, and this guy's everywhere we're at this week. And I pointed him out, and Katie was like, yeah, looks identical to him. If we're out in town at a restaurant, this dude's out there. If we're on a hike, he's right behind us or coming back. If we go to the pool, he's at the pool. And it was just weird. It's this guy's always around.
Yeah, it's not
going
good.
on. Well, coincidence though, I'm on top of shit like that, and I know where you're going. It wasn't surveillance or anything like that. And so we're walking back to the bungalow that we've been at all week, and I'm I think that guy in the guard shack was God just talking to me. And Katie goes, yeah, you think, Sean? And I was like, that's fucking crazy. And she's like, that's not fucking crazy. She said, Sean, God's always talking to you. You just don't make the room to let him in. And then we go to our bungalow, And this dude is staying in the other side of it. Well, I took that as this guy's like maybe something else kind of watching over us while I'm in this vulnerable state. And then
Yes, this is a big box of beef sticks. And if you're wondering why I needed so many, Paleo Valley's running this crazy deal right now.
Will that make her?
I'm in this vulnerable state. And then I get into the
Just watch it, Bill.
glow.
Just getting very annoying.
And I start crying, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? And get this shit. Let me pull this text up. I'll read it to you. We're talking, and my phone dings, and it's Dan's daughter.
Yeah, Dan's daughter. About
I've never met. She doesn't have my number. Her dad just died, and I get this text.
On the hunting trip with his son.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why he's sad.
It says,
Look at him.
Sean, this is Taylor, Dan's daughter. My dad requested that I reach out to you. I had a moment with him the other day when my mom and I walked into his gun room. It was the first time she had been in there since his passing, and I felt the whole room waken like invisible stars were just bouncing off the walls. There were a few people in the room, but he really grabbed me by the balls, as he would say, and made a couple of clear points. I want you to know he spoke very gently, very smooth-like, and he was calm and tranquil. One favor he asked of me is that I contact you when I'm ready. He didn't give me any more direction than that, but I think he would just like you. I think he would just like you to know he sees you or feels you. My mom told me recently you had become his best friend and favorite person to be around. And if that's true, it's safe to say he really loved you just exactly as you are. Unfortunately, my dad didn't really talk about our personal lives. We had more of a feeling type relationship. Not a lot of talk.
Get 30 protein sticks for just $36. That's only $1.20 each. Here are 3 reasons why you should try them.
Every freaking minute.
About our personal lives, we had more of a feeling type relationship. Not a lot of talking, but just the right amount of loving from afar. If there's ever a chance you'd feel comfortable talking about yours and his story, I'd love to hear about it. And I'm sure he would too.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So that changed my life forever.
Did you talk to her?
Yeah.
It's an incredible story.
Pretty wild, isn't it?
Did you doubt it? Or did you?
Not at that point.
You knew.
I mean, that all happened in about 15 minutes from walking through the gate to seeing Gabe's identical twin to Dan's daughter, who'd never met me and didn't have my phone number, texted me that.
This is not what you expected when you got on the flight to Sedona.
That's one way to put it.
How much your wife said that God is always talking to you, but you don't hear it because you're distracted. Mm-hmm. Do you think that's true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think it happened again in that year and a half I was telling you about that I let all the praise and all that get to me.
No.
I got too wrapped up in it.
Yeah, well, we've all been there. For sure. Especially with knowledge. It's not just money and fame or all that. I've never taken any of that seriously. But the idea that you know stuff that civilians don't know, that's a kind of arrogance and lie. Said that. You said, like, you don't know the things I know. Why am I even listening to you?
Yep.
I've definitely been there.
It's a pretty fucked up place to be.
Yeah, it's a pretty subtle.
Yes, this is a big box of beef sticks. And if you're wondering why I needed so many, Paleo Valley's running this crazy deal right now.
It's a pretty fucked up place to be.
Yeah, it's a pretty subtle temptation too, because of course, who doesn't want more knowledge? Isn't the whole point of this business to find out how things work.
That's what everybody will make you think.
Well, that's what I've always assumed. And then, as my wife once pointed out to me, Adam and Eve didn't get ejected from the garden because of their ignorance, but because of their knowledge. So, the pursuit of knowledge for its own sake, I have mixed feelings about it. I used to think that was like the highest virtue, was just to like know more. But having learned a lot, more than, I think, not to be arrogant, more than most people, I'm not sure it got me anything. It definitely didn't get me to understanding.
Yeah.
Do you feel that as you learned, as you uncovered more and more lies?
Sure.
Do you feel happier, more content, more at peace? Did you feel like you had a deeper understanding of other people, or did you just feel agitated?
Oh, just agitated.
Yes, this is a big box of beefsteaks. If you're wondering why I needed so many, Paleo Valley's running this crazy deal right now.
I want to watch
understanding of other people, or did you just feel agitated?
Oh, just agitated. Just anger and rage and all the time. I bring it home and I try to play with my kids, and I wasn't there. My head wasn't there. Well, and I try to smoke a joint or something to get in the present moment. That wouldn't work. So I quit all of that shit. I have no vices now. It's great.
When did you give up weed?
About a month ago.
How's it going?
Great.
Any downsides?
Nope.
Didn't affect your sleep?
I don't know what's affecting my sleep.
Yeah, you can't sleep anyway, so
that's all this other stuff that I'm going through right now that's affecting my sleep. It's not that.
But you gave up weed, no drinking.
No drinking. Haven't had a drop in over 4 years.
No to drugs, kids. No to drugs.
That happened after I began.
Yeah. It doesn't work, that kind of shit.
And then, now, no caffeine.
Yes, this is a big box of beefsteaks. And if you're wondering why I needed so many, Paleo Valley's running this crazy deal right now. You can get...
And then, now, no caffeine.
No caffeine?
No nicotine.
No nicotine?
Sorry.
Okay, now, okay.
Sorry. But,
Sean, I was with you up until right then.
But
you start getting into nicotine, and that's like crazy town.
No drugs, no weed, no nothing.
What do you think of it?
It's great. There's just nothing to mask your emotions. It's fucking naked in front of everybody. It's happening, when I'm reading that text. That would never happen before. Feeling things. I'm feeling emotions that, before I just felt rage, just anger. That's pretty much it. Yeah. And now I'm feeling all of them.
I think that's why we use substances. We don't have to do that, right? Is it a hard transition?
Get 30 protein sticks for just $36. That's only $1.20 each. Here are 3 reasons why you should try them.
Is it a hard transition?
Next, our pausing, because I want to ask Cleve a question, man. You guys are
as hard as you think.
Every freaking minute. Right?
You don't feel on overload?
This is what puts me on overload.
Was it hard to get off? What was harder, getting off caffeine and nicotine or social media?
Yeah.
How long did it take to get over your withdrawals, your ex-withdrawals?
Not long, but my circumstances are a little different because of the things I'm dealing with right now and what I was, describing to you with the priests and that kind of stuff is just so much more important and so much more real. So I have to deal with that.
Yes, this is a big box of beefsteaks. And if you're wondering why I needed so many, Paleo Valley's running this crazy deal right now.
So
let's talk about it. Because every minute it's a commercial. So let's talk about it, people. We should be doing that. That's, I need to know so far you guys watch it. What do you guys all think of it? What do you guys all think about what's going on now? Exactly what the man is talking about. I need people to start communication, talking. You know, I mean, I've watched this thing, and I didn't get to watch it. I got a halfway. We're actually a little bit more now, but I want you guys to tell me, what do you guys all think? Nobody's responding. This music's so annoying. Alright, look like nobody cares. Play one more, and I think I'm gonna end here, show because nobody's talking.
I have to deal with that.
No one's talking.
And which means I can't be dealing with this. And I know what this will do. I know it will throw me back on the path that I was on, and I don't want any part of that anymore.
So you're describing the phone as actively evil. I mean, that's what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, one person showed me, talking about Adam and Eve. What is that?
It's an apple.
Yeah, with one bite out of it.
I've never thought of that. Huh. So it's like, this is the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, basically. Never thought of that.
Me neither.
You can tell what a deep person I am. How often do you have a...
Yes, this is a big box of beef sticks. And if you're wondering why I needed so many, Paleo Valley's running this crazy deal right now. You can get 30 beef sticks for $36.
How often do you have a realization like that, and you understand that, like, something you've had in your hand, every 5 minutes for the last 10 years, you've never really thought about it?
Yeah.
How am I missing the most obvious things?
I don't know. I mean, we're all a slave to it.
So you're rolling out an app called Glacier.
Yeah.
One of my least favorite things to talk about is technology or apps, I should say, or other people's projects, or like what someone's selling or whatever. I would every time I interview someone, not every time, but very often, it's like, I've got this new thing. Can you talk about it? You actually didn't mention this to me at all. You didn't want to talk about it. And I hate this topic, but this is an interesting enough thing that I would actually like to push you on a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one of the big problems I have with phones is that they're not private, of course, and not just for us. I mean, it's obvious if you're in broadcasting, you're going to be surveilled. So, and I know that I am, but just like everybody is, and it's upsetting. And there's really kind of no solution to it. I've spent a lot of time on this topic, and I've never seen anything that protects people from it. But it sounds like this app might help. What is it?
It's Can I just tell you the story?
Yeah.
That would be better than me trying to get into the technicalities of everything that I don't know and understand that well.
Yeah.
But, it just came from paranoia, and I mean, I think last time I checked, I think I interviewed 8 people that got picked up for the administration. Two of them thanked me personally because they said my interviews are the ones that got them in there. One of them got picked 5 days after I released the interview, Secretary of War. Just like after they all got in there, and there's, some of them trying to influence me, and senators and congressmen and other people. And I'm like, and now that they're in there, it's like, they want me to do shit, or they did. I pretty much had made my statements, like I'm very loud about shit, and I want them to get the message. Like, don't fucking ask me for that stuff, but I got paranoid. Like, are they monitoring me now because they're worried I'm going to go against them, or like what's going on? And then the Bao Kim interview happened, in Taiwan, and I started getting paranoid about that. So anyways, I started looking up. I was like, I need like something, if anything, just for peace of mind. Are they listening when I'm talking to my wife? Or are they listening when I go to dinners with people? Like, what is happening? And and so
short answer, yes.
Yeah. So I started asking around for a black phone. I'm like, what is the one that people are using? And like, is there a real one, or is it all these bullshit gimmicky ones that came out? And a friend of mine said, yeah, this is what the like the tier 1 units and the intelligence communities and stuff are using. It's called Glacier. And so I called who's now my COO, Elijah, and I was like, hey, get in touch with this company and let's I want a phone, and I want one for everybody on the team. And so he got in touch, and I was like, see if they're interested in advertising. And it's like, yeah, they love the show. I was like, really? That's cool. And I was like, see if they're interested in
That's a community that watches your show, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah. And I was like, see if they want to do an equity deal. Oh, they want to do an equity deal. And I was like, all right, well, let's get the product and see if we like it and if it actually works. And then I found out the price of the product, and I was like, holy shit. Like, it's very expensive for a phone and even more expensive for the service.
Like ballpark?
Like, close to 10 grand for the phone.
Ooh.
And maybe a little bit more than that for the service. And so I was like, man.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I'm like, well, we're getting them because I'm super fucking paranoid. And, they have like kidnapping features for your kids, and they can up.
I'm the founder of Mudwater, and a lot of people ask me, what is the difference between Mudwater and all these mushroom coffees out there? So here's the short version. Mudwater isn't mushroom coffee.
Kidnapping features for your kids, and they can upload and delete footprints in different countries, so that it makes they can do all kinds of like wazoo shit, like totally delete your digital footprint, from wherever, and upload a fake one. Like they can do all kinds of like, they have a messaging service that tunnels you in. So like, the signal leak that happened early on, that's impossible to happen. You could have your entire organization in this one chat where you can't accidentally add the wrong Tucker in there. You know what I mean? And
you couldn't put Jeffrey Goldberg from the Atlantic on your group text.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah. That might be worth 10 grand.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah. So anyways, I was like, man, I would love to do business with you guys, but I was like, we're shooting for like
they're not responding.
Top tier tech CEOs, C-suite execs, and maybe government contracts, which you guys already have a foothold in. And I was like, I would be interested if you had like an application that was maybe, close to that, or maybe some of the features that you have in this aren't in that, something that's more affordable that everybody can use. And they said, well, we obviously have a program. We can turn it into an app. Yeah, and it's like, all right, let's see what that looks like. So we did it, and we spent about a year putting it all together. And so it's called the Glacier app. And it's, a lot of the VPN companies that podcasters are representing are owned by China, or they're owned by Israel, or they're owned by Russia.
They're fake.
Yeah. And, you can look it up. Don't take my word for it.
I dropped a VPN sponsor over this exact question.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. And
I didn't know that. I didn't know that the VPN is basically a digital honey trap.
Yeah. And so, and a lot of like, there's a Chinese company that owns like a whole conglomerate of these things. So anyways, we're all American VPNs. No data is stored at all. Secure DNS, data blocking. So I think this morning before I came in here, we just launched it. Like, it just happened to come out like 2 days ago. And just by 11 a.m., we had like 830 web trackers blocked on the phone, which is the marketing shit. And I don't even have social media apps on my phone. Told you I deleted them all. And then it has we have a burner number service on there. So especially for somebody like you or I, who's meeting all these people, maybe you don't want everybody to have your number, so you can go in there and pick any area code you want, buy a burner number, and give that to these state actors, or for regular people, you get a hotel, you make a contribution to a political campaign, you order a pizza, whatever it is, like that your number, goes up for sale, and then you're getting 50 million spam calls. So you can buy however many burner numbers you want, and if the relationship goes sour, you just burn the number and pick a new one, and then they have no way to contact you ever again. So yeah, we call it the Glacier app, and it's affordable. Everybody can get it.
Does it help prevent you from being spied on?
It does the things that I told you it does, and so there's nothing that's foolproof, being honest, like I'm sure there's some way to possibly defeat it, but for the majority of stuff, it's going to block 99% of the stuff that comes in.
900%, but yeah.
What if your phone number's on the internet?
If your phone number's on the internet?
Yeah, my number's on the internet.
Well, I mean, it's not going to delete your phone number off the internet. But,
damn.
But you can get as many new ones as you want. So,
and you just go to the Apple Store and get it?
Yep. You go to the Apple Store and get it.
Be hacked.
Or at theglacierapp.com, either one. It's just for iOS right now. We'll have Android out in a couple months, but with your number, just Glacier aside, if you get rid of your number, you want to keep it and get a new one. You don't want to burn the number that you have all your banks and all that kind of stuff too, because if somebody else picks that up, then it would be a bad deal for you.
It would be a bad deal.
Yeah.
I don't do online banking as a result.
Or online whatever.
Yeah, I don't do online anything. That's why.
you.
Yeah, I don't. I never was impressed by all that stuff. I order ammo on my phone. That's it. It's the only transaction I do on my phone.
Well, I bet you got a lot of that.
I do. Yeah, I have a lot of that. So what? I know you're not in the business of giving advice to people. You're clearly coming from a place, especially now, of like genuine humility. And you said it's important to work on yourself before you start running around telling other people how to live. And I respect all of that. But
okay. Wait till this commercial.
There are better places to be hot.
Telling other people how to live.
Okay. You guys are really not responding. You guys are not even responding to exactly what this Tucker Carlson saying and Sean's saying. You guys are not responding. Do you guys understand what he's saying about the VPN? How stuff that's very important. All your information is out there in public wise. That's what it is. That's why it's very important to have the VPN. So when you get a VPN, so when you go on the internet and stuff like that, they can't track you. They can't get things out there. Right now, even right now, that's why it's very important. When you go on to Wi-Fi, everybody's like, oh, you're on Wi-Fi. Thing is, when you go on public Wi-Fi, that's more chance of actually getting hacked. Okay, that's why you don't use public Wi-Fi. That's why it's very important to use your own personal. Everything right now, if you go on public Wi-Fi, people can get your information. This is what he's talking about, So it's very important to have VPN. It's very important to have that kind of stuff to try to keep people from hacking your system. So yeah, so you guys gotta talk. I know you're out there listening.
But all of that. But if you had a son who was like 15 or 25 or, older and said, what advice would you give me about how to live? What would your advice be?
And you gotta be very careful not click on
Don't put your faith in any man.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're going to be disappointed every single time.
Lots of buffering today.
That's really wise. There's something in us that wants to believe in other people.
I'll let them think.
Did you put your faith in Pete
I have the boss
Hegseth?
here to tell me what's going on. I've been going back and forth to you too.
What was your takeaway from your interview with him?
Well, if I remember right, I mean, I don't remember the interview that well, but if I remember right, Pete wanted to be the Secretary of the Veterans Affairs.
Yeah, he did in the first term.
And I just don't really have much interest in the Veterans Affairs. And so I steered the interview into what would you do if you were Secretary of Defense? Because I was much more interested in that kind of stuff than I was with the Veterans Affairs. Being a veteran, I just think the VA is a lost cause.
Really?
Yeah. So I steered it that way. And then 5 days later, after the release, the guy gets... I didn't even want to interview Pete because it was a book. He had a book out, and he's a Fox News guy, and I fucking hate Fox News. And I was like, I don't know. I don't want to interview him because he's a Fox News guy.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. Like, I think it was whatever. I was like, all right, we'll do it. And then it was like, all right, hurry up and get this interview out. You just get it out. Let's get this over with.
You didn't think you were about to change history of the world?
No.
Yeah.
And then 5 days later, he gets picked up for Secretary of Defense.
Yeah.
What did you think when you heard that?
I was like, holy shit. That's crazy. And then it inflated my ego. I'm like, holy shit, the show has power. Then I went to the Army-Navy football game, and he points at me. He goes, thank you. Like, I was up at the box with all the big wigs, Vance and Trump and all of them. And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? But it inflates my ego. And I'm like, holy shit. And then everybody else gets picked. Cash Patel, Dulcie, now I'm not saying like I'm the guy, but for that one, the interview definitely had some influence.
How do you think it's gone?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think any of these guys really have any.
I'm the founder of Mudwater, and a lot of people ask me, what is the difference between Mudwater and all these mushroom coffees out there?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think any of these guys really have any. The funny thing is, like, you see all these people get up there and they get addicted to this fucking power that they do not have.
Right.
And it's like you think you're so powerful. But you can't even smart. You can't even say what's on your mind. Like, you're powerless. You have no fucking power. Yep. You're just around power that's telling you what to do and what to say. And it's like, well, I don't get but they probably don't see it. You know what I mean? They probably don't see it. But they think they have all this power, and they don't have any fucking power.
Because they can't say what they really think.
Yeah, they can't say what they won't even stand up for what they believe in, man.
Yeah.
Like, look at the shit that's happening. Really? You're going to sit here and tell me the fucking country's going great while the president of the United States kids are buying private islands with bunkers? Must be going great.
Fair. Hadn't thought of it that way. Probably not a good sign then, right?
Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe they got some insider information, but I mean, how can you, like, what?
Why do you hate Fox News? It's so great.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should give it another chance. It's probably been 3 or 4 years since I've watched it.
Me too.
I don't think I'm missing anything, but...
But, I mean, can you drill down a little bit on that? What about it turned you off? I'm just interested. I worked there at one point, so...
I mean, just the it's just lies over there too, I think. It's with both. It's not just Fox News. It's all of them. And you see, especially like now, I haven't seen it in a while, but I would see things pop up on X and stuff, and I'm like, and I the older generation that watches it, that's how I know what's going on there, you know. And it's like, man, did you know about like this and that and the other? Like, are you getting a full picture here, or I don't know anything? It's just crazy to me. Like, they listen to one source, and it's like, man, like, you're not getting a full picture here, and they're hiding shit from you. Maybe they're not lying. They probably are, but they're hiding shit from you. They're hiding the full picture. They're hiding the full picture of the Epstein files. They're hiding the full picture of everything. The Iran war. Like, is anybody over there talking about the petrodollar? No. Is anybody talking about the schizophrenic leadership that we're dealing with right now? Like the shit with Canada? Like, could you imagine like doing business with the U.S.? The Canada pipeline, and I'm going to butcher this, but like, what the Biden administration denied it. They didn't want the Keystone?
Yes.
Keystone pipeline coming in. And then they're like, okay, so then they do some deal with China. And then we throw like a 25%, then Trump comes in, we throw a 25% tariff on them for doing business with China. Then we throw a 35%, then we do 100% tariff. And it's like, dude, what the fuck is Canada supposed to do? They tried to pipe it right into the Midwest. We denied it. Now you're gonna put 100% tariff on them for making a deal with somebody else that they offered us at the beginning. Like, if I was a foreign country.
I'm the founder of Mudwater, and a lot of people ask me, what is the difference between Mudwater and all these mushroom coffees out there?
Like, if I was a foreign country, there's no way in fucking hell I would do business with the United States.
There's no continuity. It's just
no.
Yeah.
It's literally like dealing with a crazy person, like a schizophrenic fucking crazy person. Yeah. Shit, I just offered this to you guys like a couple years ago. Now you're like going crazy on me. What are you supposed to do?
I think you're supposed to remember
that's just one.
I think the answer is Putin is bad. Very, very bad.
That's the rumor.
I think one of the main reasons that the United States was just protected from the rest of the world by the world's largest oceans, never been invaded, as all the natural resources we need and a lot of great and smart people. The whole reason that we've been perpetually at war. The
NFL just quietly banned a compound from competition. Not a steroid, not a stimulant. A natural...
And perpetually at war, really since 1917, is because identifying a foreign threat or foreign enemy or something to worry about far away removes attention from our own bad leadership. It's a way of like our leaders to be like, okay, you're right, but Putin. But honestly, the problem is Putin or Hitler, who's been dead for 85 years or whatever. It's like, okay.
Like this Shred Hormuz stuff, like, from what I understand, like nobody really controlled it before. But now Iran has discovered, like, holy shit, like the United States can't even shut us down. So now I'm sure there's going to be tax and escorts and everything until the end of time, because if we can't shut them down, then nobody's going to shut them.
Of course.
Down. You know what I mean? And so, hello, new gas prices, like they're not fucking coming back.
We just
down.
turned Iran into a global power.
Yeah.
And it will remain a global power for the rest of our lives, at least.
I'm the founder of Mudwater, and a lot of people ask me, what is the difference between Mudwater and all these mushroom coffees out there?
Global power for the rest of our lives, at least.
Good job, admin.
Yeah, good job. Did you think when you interviewed Pete Hegseth, since you served in the military under a secretary of, well, then it was defense, now it's of war. In fact, let me just interrupt myself and say, what do you think of the change from Secretary of Defense Department to Department of War?
Oh, I thought it was stupid.
Yeah.
I thought it was like, why? You'd know that's just going to piss people off. Who cares? We had to make, and then of course we had to make a big show about it. I mean, I think Pete has done some good stuff. You know, I mean, he's cleaned up some of the maybe all of the DEI stuff. I think that's great. Good job. You know what I mean? But I mean, you know what I mean? I don't really know how much influence the SecDef even has anymore. You know, so good job on that, because that sucked. And I saw a lot of I saw morale come back. I still got some buddies in. But I'll tell you what.
I'm the founder of Mudwater, and a lot of people ask me, what is the difference between Mudwater and all these mushroom coffees out there? So,
man, come on. Why is it doing this every freaking time? So freaking annoying today. It worked fine all the whole time. I mean, I was... And I once above them. Stupid commercial.
Just like, what do you think? So you know what's going on in your life. You've had, and thank you for talking about it. I know it's like you're in the middle of it, so it's hard to talk about it. Do you see it happening in other people? Like, do you think there's something bigger going on?
Oh yeah, I mean, yes, I do. I don't know what's real and what's not, though. I think that there are people also that are, you know, coming to Christ who are like, oh, look what happened to that guy. You know what I mean? With his view counts or what? It's like the thing to do now. Sometimes, you know. So I don't know, but yeah, I think there's a wave of it happening. I mean, there's definitely a resurgence in the younger generations.
Yes,
you know, and so. That's really cool. That's really cool to see it.
And you see that?
Yeah, I see it. I see when I go to church, everybody's paying attention. And I bounce around from all kinds of different churches.
Not this morning.
Yeah, the priest didn't show up out here.
I should say. You texted me at 7:30 this morning. You want to go to church with me? This is the least Christian state out of 50, so there aren't many churches and active churches, but you decide Monday morning you're going to church.
I go 3 to 4 days a week now.
Really?
Yeah, I like to bring I
Come on, what is... Are we done already? Sponsoring. Just stop out of nowhere. Well, I got time to get why it's not working, whatever. Well, I really like to just... We'll just turn around. So, well, we're going to turn around because I don't know why it's not working. But there's a lot of things in there that... I mean, I watch it myself. An hour of it, about an hour watch it, but I watch the whole thing. From beginning all the way to the end, pretty much. But what do you guys all understand? What do you guys actually physically understand? Like, what do you guys physically understand what this band is saying? I'd like to know. Because now a lot of you guys are not really responding. No one's responding. Even watch the other one. The other stuff and the other one we're watching. Like I said, we have been played. Our own administration has been playing this for a long time. But the minute that we speak up, we're afraid that we're going to be disowned from our own family. Or you know what? Like I tell you guys all the time, I have no family. And I'm not with no one. You know what? I speak my mind. Exactly what is going on. That's what I do. But when you guys... People are afraid. People are afraid to speak their mind. People are afraid to speak their mind. There's people that are sitting behind here, and God has given you guys all a voice, and you guys can't use it. That's what irritates me. It really does. It really irritates me how they, God has given you guys all voices, and a lot of y'all can't speak. You're all tongue-tied. You can speak one way, but you can't speak the other way. You can't, This is your opportunity in life to speak your mind. Put it out there. Let everybody know exactly how you feel. Are you worried that maybe that you speak, maybe somebody might judge you? I don't get it. I really don't. Because it really shouldn't matter. You speak truly from your heart. I mean, I'm speaking truly from my heart. I'm speaking exactly what I see. Like I said before, I did vote for, basically for MAGA, and I'm God, family, country. And I'll still vote for God, family, country, but the only way that right now, in my way, the way I feel right now, the way that I would actually vote for, again, for Trump, or actually going forward, is that things have to change. I demand justice. I want to see people get arrested. I'm seriously very, very, very irritated, very annoyed to see that nothing is being done. We're being lied to. And I am tired of people being, we gaslight, okay? We fucking, for a while, you guys, I'm really fucking surprised. Like, none of you guys really seem like you guys even know this. Or, like, that's how you guys don't really pay attention. You don't. You guys talk here, you're all, I'm MAGA, you guys don't really fucking know shit. Because, how come I know? Trump physically said that. Trump physically said himself. Right there. When the whole thing is, when Elon Musk had done a lot of things there, Elon Musk and basically the Doge team, when they found a whole bunch of fraud, he said himself right there, and fucking right there, fucking bold fucking word, black and white, that, because of that, because of the fact that Doge has found a lot of money, we're gonna cut you guys a bigger check. Because of the fact that Doge has more found money, there'll be like a $2,000. It'll be $2,000. I was paying, every fucking thing that came out, I was paying attention to everything that was being said. And when we know, it just seems like a lot of people don't know this stuff. You want to call yourself MAGA, but you don't know the little things like that. That's right there. That's not really little. That should be big. That should be something right there. It was, he said it to the public. It was a national, what he said, because it was on, he said it when he said, yeah. He said, I'm trying to think exactly how he put it. He said, because of the fact that, I believe he said, because of the fact that Doge has found all of the fraud, they say, because of that, I'm going to be cutting you guys a $2,000 check, basically terrorist. Because all the terrorist money were coming in, that was the terrorist money, and because all that stuff, all the fraud we caught, he said, I will be sending you guys basically $2,000 for taxes. That's what he said. If I have to go back and go watch it my damn self, then I'll go fucking thank you guys. I know what I heard. But it's, I don't know, it's sad that no one knows about it. Or you guys don't care. Or you guys are so distracted. Everything else going on in life. So, I don't know. You guys, it's been a long day. You guys go in and enjoy your day. Because I'm going to go in, there's another video that I'm going to go watch. There's more stuff. There's more things going on. I see what's going on here. We're being plagued. And so I'm going to keep doing more research. Because I don't like what's going on here. I don't. I'm not happy with it. So, and I know there's some people these days, they want to be mad, angry, but you know what? Being bad, angry, unless you're going to be physically be active, do something, ain't shit going to happen. I'm going to sit there and let them keep walking over here. And right now, I'll tell you guys. So, you guys go ahead and enjoy your night. I thank you guys for all for tuning in tonight. Bye. Yeah, she's not going to fucking answer.